Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and today I'm working from a paper pad that my sister gave me. I love this paper pad. Sorry it's raining if it sounds really staticky. That's just the rain. My windows are open. Anyways, this paper pad my sister gifted me. I'm pretty sure it's for like my birthday or Christmas. But I love it because it has a lot of really neutral designs in it, like marble and wood grain, and so it's a really great paper pad to have on hand for when you have 6x6s or scraps of a collection that you need to use, but you don't have a 12x12 to go with it, because it's really nice to just pull in a neutral that you can work from with almost any collection. So I've kind of pulled in pieces here and there to be backgrounds for different pages I've done with the ends of other collections. So I decided to try that again. Like I said, this month I'm really trying to dig into a lot of my Maggie Holmes stash. So this page I'm really going to focus on the Flourish collection. I have the 6x6 paper pad, I have a whole sticker sheet, a whole chipboard sheet, and I really need to get it used up. But I'm going to focus first on this paper pad. I wanted to try and get a couple layers in using this paper pad, because usually I just pull one sheet out and use it as a background. I don't too often use it for multiple layers, but I thought this would be a fun one to try and get multiple layers using this collection used up, because they're all really soft and neutral. And as you can see, these photos are another photo from when I was working with Cavalia Edicio. Benoit and I also made this really cool shelf. The farrier, his name is Remy, who travels with Cavalia and works with all the horses, keeps them shoed and their feet looking good, all that stuff. Really needed a shelving system for all of his things. So Benoit, the gentleman that he is, was very kind and designed this really cool shelving system that can go into his little farrier stall. So I just have several photos here of us working on it. Benoit was pretty far along by the time I got here today, so you can see that lower left photo. Benoit's kind of putting the shelves in, but he pretty much has the frame all done. Once he kind of put this together and let me trim the rounded corners at the top, which was really fun, he had me sand it and stain it, and it looked really, really good by the time we finished. But because all of this is very neutral, it's very wood grains and grays, I thought this collection would be really good for it. So I'm just starting with this really soft, it's kind of a marbly ombre background, and then I have this really nice, it's a cut apart actually, marble with some gold foiling on it that I'm going to use as a square layer here. There's some scripty words on it that I really don't need to be visible. Sorry, now Billy's squeaking his toy, if you can hear that. But yeah, I just thought I didn't really need the words on this cut apart bit, so wherever they're showing, I'm going to figure out a way to cover it up. But I loved the way that this marble design looked, especially because it was edged in this gold foil. I thought that was so pretty. So now I'm just going through a bunch of the cut aparts from this collection and trying to figure out what else I can do. I was really trying to use a lot more of this paper pad because it's not something I really use all at once together, like I said. So I'm trying to figure out ways to use different cut apart bits. But once I pull in my Flourish collection, I realize there's a lot of embellishment from Flourish that I need to get used up. So I pretty much stay with a couple layers from this paper pad and then switch over to Flourish. But I really liked this marbly square layer, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. The right edge of this cut apart, I trimmed off the gold foil. I think it was from when I was using a cut apart that was next to it. But I really liked how that gold foil looked all the way around, so I took a scrap of a gold foil piece from another paper, and I'm just going to tuck that up under the right side of that cut apart so that it looks like the gold goes all the way around. So I'm just doing that now. I'm just getting some gold around the edge. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to switch Billy's toy out with another one that doesn't squeak because that was driving me crazy. Anyways, so just trying to tuck in this little gold edge. And then I want one more layer. I really like how these two layers look, but I really want to introduce some of this wood grain just because the staining on this shelf and the end result is this really rich wood grain look. So I'm trying to go through a couple of the wood grain scraps and figure out one more layer I can do with this collection. I have this wood plank here, which ends up being perfect. So you'll see I just kind of trim a couple strips of that to stack on the top and bottom of this photo collage, just so it looks like it's one long layer, but I really like how that darker wood grain looks added on to what I already have going on, because right now it's very like gray and light, and I liked the addition of this rich wood grain, so I'm just going to tuck that in there. And then I'm pretty sure my paper layers will be done. I really just need to embellish. And this was a really fun page to embellish on because I just went ham on the stickers. Like I just kept adding stickers, and I was really stressed out about not getting these flourish stickers used up because they've been in my stash for so long that being able to get so many of them on this page was really, really satisfying. But before I jump into the flourish stuff, I did want to make sure I covered up the gold scripty words that were on that cut apart. So I did just decide to do a doily and a glassine bag because both of them are still very light. They're not distracting, but they add a nice layered detail, and it'll be a really nice base for either my title, journaling, or embellishment, whatever I end up doing. So I'm going through my cut aparts one more time to see if there's anything else I want to use. I do decide to trim a little banner out of this scrap to go along with my doily and my glassine bag. That gives me a really nice anchor point for building off of that if I decide to do a ephemera cluster there or a title or something. So I'm going to glue this little corner down. But that was the perfect solution to covering up those little words there so they weren't distracting because I knew you wouldn't be able to read them anyways. So I'm just going to get those things glued down. I love the way a glassine bag and a doily looks. I really usually only do that with Felicity Jane, but it works so well with like any collection. And then this is where I pulled in my flourish goodies. I still have 2 of these frames. I'm really trying to get these frames on pages, but that type of brown just wasn't going with the brown from this collection, so I ended up setting those aside, but I tried to get one of those frames used up. But you can see to the left there I have a whole sticker sheet, I have a whole chipboard sheet, so I'm really going to try to do some fun clusters. I also have a pack of these dimensional embellishments from Flourish. You see a couple there that I pulled out that I really tried hard to get on here, but I decided not to use them in the end because I did pretty good getting stickers on here. But what I kind of decided to do, which has really actually helped me a lot with using this collection, I think there's 3 pages that'll be kind of back to back this coming week where I did this. I had a background from this marbly wood grain collection, and then I used Flourish for the actual layering and embellishment. It's really helped me use the supplies by just focusing on a color scheme and not looking at the color scheme of the collection as a whole. So I really wanted to pull in this butterfly sticker. I wanted to use this butterfly sticker since I got the Flourish collection. It was like my favorite sticker on this whole sticker sheet. So that sticker has it has a wood grain, it has some gold foiling, so I already felt like it went with my collection, but it introduced a bunch of blues. So I figured I could pull in some of the navy and some of the more black and white and tan type stickers from this collection. So that's what I'm going for. There's a lot of color in the Flourish collection. I think that's why I found it kind of overwhelming. But by focusing only on a couple of the colors, it really helps me zone in on particular pieces and not get so distracted. So I'm working on this little cluster to the left here. I'm starting with this butterfly sticker that I absolutely had to get used up, and I just layered it with one of the black and white ticket pieces and a couple little floral bits that were gold. So I think that's a really cute cluster. And then you can see I'm starting a cluster behind the doily on the right side. I decided to use a larger piece that was kind of black with a floral on it, but then I layered on top of it with some more black and white and gold floral bits. So I think that's looking really good. I'm already pleased with how many stickers I'm getting used up, and I'm not even close to being done yet. But I did just decide to use my wood grain tile stickers, and I just titled this Teamwork because Benoit and I make a really good team making these really cool pieces. So I don't know how many you've seen, but this is one of my favorite pieces we did. We did that custom wheelbarrow, we did that custom step for the girls who had to get up on the draft horses bareback, and then we made this farrier shelf for Remy, and this is definitely my favorite, but they all turned out so good. But yeah, so I titled it Teamwork, and then because I used the butterfly sticker, I really wanted to get this black and white butterfly chipboard piece used up. So I'm just tucking that atop the title. I'm thinking maybe that can flow in with that cluster that's a little bit higher. And now I'm just going in and adding even more stickers. Every sticker that's in the color scheme I'm working with, I just stuck there to the side on that little plastic container just so I could keep it in mind as I'm layering. And then I'm just going back and forth between the chipboard sheet. There's a couple, there's like a gold chipboard heart, and then there's a gold sticker heart. So I'm going to try and get both of those used up since I'm using gold on this page. And then I decided to have one more cluster down here underneath the title. And I wanted to make sure I got in another one of the animals. There's a lot of animals in this collection. So I decided the bunny was neutral enough, and in my color scheme I'd use the bunny. But again, I wanted to pull in some of the blue since I'm already introducing blue through the butterfly sticker. So I added this little navy darling next to the bunny. And then I added a little I love you banner on top of the butterflies. And I'm just tucking in a couple more of the more floral bits and layery bits. There's a little tan ticket that says love you, which matches the bunny, and the wood grain bits in the other collection or clusters. So I think all that's really cute. I am going to move this little heart down, but I love how these little clusters turned out. It's not too design heavy. It's really, I just picked 3 areas and stuck as many stickers as I could down, and it was a really fun process. But now that I've kind of filled up the empty areas, the only empty area is this part of the marble on top of the title, so I decided I'd use that as my little journaling spot. So all I'm saying is Remy the farrier really needed a shelf for his workspace, so Benoit and I helped make it. My favorite part is staining December 2011. My handwriting was atrocious when I wrote this. I don't know why it was so bad, but I decided to go over it a second time just so it looked kind of sketchy and more casual, and it kind of helped hide the bad handwriting. So hopefully that works out, but I like a lot better with it having like double lines instead of just one line that was very obvious that my handwriting was bad. But this is pretty much it. I do go in with some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine just because I really like the little pops of gold on this page. But it was a really easy page to do. I got 3 4x6 photos used up and a lot of the stickers from my stash that I was trying to get used up. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.